Right, fucking lifestyle blogs, right? Okay, what the fuck are they even about?
Yeah, I.
No, he's cool. I get his. This is like cooking. That I get, right?
People gotta eat.
But like, so whatever day it was, I was on YouTube and I randomly clicked into the trending videos, right? And the top fucking video was about two people breaking up. And I was like, why would you post a video about that?
Gotta get them clicks, Hans.
No, but like,
they go viral.
People like drama, Hans.
but like,
Yeah.
that, like, are you that, like, fucking desperate for attention that you would air your dirty, like,
How many views did it have, Hans?
well, it was the top trending video, so probably fucking 1 million. But like, that's so
I wish
fucking.
we had 1 million views. Hans, break up with me.
I wish I could. I wish I could quit you. It's just, it really pisses me off because, like, one, I don't give a fuck what you do in your house. I don't.
Don't watch it, Hans.
You're getting baited, man. You're getting baited into those clicks.
You're getting drawn into
You're
the
giving
drama.
them more attention to our 6 viewers.
And they're like, "Oh man, we broke up because she bought me the wrong set of $1,000 sneakers. Oh, and I just can't forgive her." And then I'm just
That
like,
was not the actual reason, was it?
"It wasn't. It wasn't. It
Did
was."
you actually watch it, Hans?
No, that was off the top of my head. It was some lady looking dude.
Right.
Was it Jeffree Star?
Yes.
Okay, I think I read, or I think I also saw this at the top of trending. I did not watch the video because I have better things to do with my time.
I saw it trending on Twitter.
I didn't watch it either. I just know, like, why the fuck, like,
Some lady looking dude.
So,
You mean
from
a
what I
transgender
understand,
person, Hans?
Jeffree Star is like,
He's a makeup person, isn't he?
yeah, he's
Yeah.
like one of the top makeup
Yeah.
people, I believe.
yeah, like it has its own line of
It
makeup plan.
God damn
Yeah,
it, Hans.
yeah, he has his own but like, we all have shit going on in our lives, right?
Yeah.
But we don't fucking
And
make
do you know what the
make a
problem
fucking
is?
video
Hans?
about it.
We're not monetizing it.
You're not monetizing your problems.
And like,
Maybe that's
And
in
like
one of the books Alex gave us.
talk about your personal
Monetize
issues.
your problems. Turn that negative feeling into positive income.
Hey, on that point, in the book Alex gave me, it does say, as a advice, is to talk about your problems.
Yeah,
go.
see, people
Why? No one wants to
love
know your problems.
drama.
They want to know how to
Hey,
make
man.
a fucking dope ass brownie.
People
Not-
like to hear others who are doing worse than themselves.
Misery loves company.
It's
Exactly.
just, it really disgusts me. Like, it really does. It, like, if I ever get to that stage in my life that I'm posting about my issues in video form online, I hope.
Then you're probably going to be
But like,
rich.
Hans, all you do is come on here and vent about your workplace.
But we talk about it in a natural environment. I don't specifically make a
You
video.
don't sit in front of a camera.
Yeah, and like, leave in the fact that I'm turning the camera on, like they all fucking do.
Yeah, okay, like
Yeah, okay, that's
this fucking the apology video tropes.
Yes, like that's exactly it. Leave that in, and like,
I fucking hate YouTube.
yeah. Just can we like transfer to Vimeo?
Mixer, that's where it's at.
Mixer. It infuriates me. It really does.
But isn't it just like, yeah, that same appeal is just why reality TV is like really good, right? For people,
Yeah.
like, not for me, right? I'm not one of those people, right? But
Let me tell you, man, I watch Love Island for the titties. If YouTube wants to start putting titties all over the place, I'm
Hey, man,
100%
that's Twitch.
there.
Pretty sure it's just Pornhub.
No, man, just
We
go to
should start
Twitch.
posting our videos on Pornhub.
We actually could.
Could we?
I'm pretty sure someone did that recently. I like a semi-successful YouTube person was like fed up with the algorithms, and so they just started posting their stuff on Pornhub.
Nice. Porn, bro. Well, no, you know what? We can't. I bet
We're the Bang
there's
Bros.
already a video series called Bash Bros on Pornhub, I bet.
No, it's Bang Bros.
Same thing.
Smash Bros. No, Smash Bros.
Smash Bros is going to get us actually sued by Nintendo.
Nintendo, yeah. Smash that gash, bro.
Jesus Christ. I hate you so much.
Sorry, no, I was just thinking of a conversation me and Andrew had last night. He just said, like... I said, like, we were talking about New Year's resolutions, and I was like, yeah, mine's the break my dry spell. And he's just like... He was like, well, just, you know... slam dunk. And I swear to God, I thought he was going to say, just slam dunk some pussy. I was just like, whoa. But he was going to say, which is not as good, slam dunk a roofie into a girl's drink. And
Jesus.
I was like... And then I was like, all right. And then I said to him, oh, I thought you were going to say slam dunk some pussy. And he goes, no, that's what you do after you put the roofie in her drink. No wonder I'm single.
I'm so disappointed in all of us that we're friends.
Hashtag,
That we're friends with Hans.
Oh, okay, I
hashtag
thought you were
slam
saying you
dunk
were
that
just pointing at us.
pussy.
I was like, wait a sec, what do we do? We're just sitting here.
I feel like we've enabled Hans's insanity this long.
Hashtag slam dunk that pussy.
Start now. No hashtags.
I like our hashtags. But first it was hashtag dick that dad, and then it was hashtag sick fucking beats, and now it's hashtag slam dunk that pussy.
Please do not post this video to Facebook with the hashtag slam dunk that pussy.
Oh my God, for the love of God.
Brothers and sisters, welcome to the Not So Super Bash Bros presents Game Club for January 2020. Yeah! Game Club is back!
Ow, my
Better than
ears.
ever. New year, new me. Here we go.
Oh yeah, this is our first one of 2020.
Yep. Yes.
And we opened it up with hashtag slam dunk that pussy. I mean, start as we mean to go on, I suppose, but...
Yes, Game Club, the monthly video podcast review thing where we take turns picking games, go play them for the month, and come back and discuss them for your listening pleasure. This month, Hans picked a Batman Arkham Origins by WB Montreal, the third-person action-adventure game. And as always, I am your host, the Caped Crusader, Nick Davis, joined by the pants protagonist, Hans Davis,
The what?
the bejazzled bad guy, Alex Proudfoot,
Hello.
and the jacketed jackass, IY Chum.
I shouldn't have come back this year.
How is everybody?
I am adequate.
Just adequate.
Just adequate. Okay. Not great. Not bad. Just
Just straight down the
adequate.
middle.
Yeah.
Alex, how are you?
You know.
Are you also adequate?
Yeah.
IY?
Sure, I'll join in with everyone else. Yeah, just right down the middle.
You're all so happy to be here, I can tell. After our 2-month break. We're also full of life today, it's amazing.
This is much a later recording than we normally do.
Yeah, it is.
Hashtag slam dunk that pussy.
This is completely off topic, but
Every time I say that, Nick, I want you to flash it up on the screen.
Michael Jordan slam dunking a cat.
Yes.
But did you set up the email address?
No, I have not. I was looking at yours again the other day. I can't remember why it popped into my head. And I can get, I think I can get nssbashbrews.com for like a tenner.
A month?
Yeah, but that's not funny.
Now like a year, I think.
Wait, Bash was for 10. Okay. What was the one that we got? We thought was
Like,
fucking hilarious.
I can't even remember. There was a lot of them. That Rebel Galaxy.
Wasn't one of them like cancer
Yeah,
research?
there was a .cancer research top level domain.
Man, in hindsight, that was in bad taste.
Yes,
But only us four will find that joke funny. No one else knows what they're on about.
yes, Batman Arkham Origins originally released in October 2013 on the 360, PS3, and PC. Hans Davis, why did you choose Arkham Origins for us this 2 month?
It's a Christmas game.
But like the Die Hard game.
I was thinking about that, but I couldn't be arsed with an emulator.
Okay.
So it was either this, or what the fuck was the other one we were talking about?
Yeah, Dead Rising was one of the
Dead
Rising.
Rising 4.
Dead
That was
Christmas,
it, yeah.
We talking about the
Yeah.
PS1?
Yes,
Die
there was
Hard
like
game?
a Die Hard trilogy game, wasn't there?
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that was one of
yes.
the first games I had.
And like
And it was
game,
weird.
Like each movie was a different genre.
Yeah, I know. I'm not sure it was each movie, but like it did alternate different
Yeah.
genres. Yeah, like it go third person, and then there was
There were
like
like shooting gallery ones.
first person stuff. Yeah, that was weird. Weird game.
So as always, I have broken this down into 3 categories.
Nick, you tell me damn categories.
Gameplay.
I instantly regret this.
I'm gonna mute the audio for a bit.
Story and characters.
What was the third
I
one?
haven't said the third.
Come.
Just think of a word. How does this compare to the other Arkham games?
Whack.
Never say whack like that.
Maybe it's Stockholm syndrome, but I think I'm starting to like it.
This is the most action Hans has had in months.
Someone said that via message. Tell them unmute.
But before we kick into it, before IY brains himself from having to listen to that, how far did everyone get in Arkham Origins? I finished the game and did like half the most wanted list, I'd say. Hans,
I got about 3/4 of the way through.
Alex,
I finished it.
did you just beeline it, or how much of the side stuff
Well,
did you do?
I did all of the side stuff the first time I played it. So this time I only did New Game Plus and just rushed the story.
Yeah, being lined up.
IY.
I got the Bane's hideout, whatever that is. I think it's near the end of the game, right?
That's like you were like an hour from finishing that game. Did you never go back to it?
No, I played it so much during like this one day, and then I just never went back to it.
All right. Sweet. So gameplay. Let's discuss it.
It's a Batman
This
game.
has the
Yeah,
Arkham
let's
fighting
move
system
on.
because it's an Arkham game. Funny that. But you know what? Arkham is still like the best version of this combat. There is like something so fluid and so nice about the way the Arkham series has done it throughout all the games that I just don't think any other game has kind of gotten right.
Sleepy Dogs.
amazing.
Sleepy Dogs, alright, okay. I like Sleepy Dogs, but like its combat is not as good as Arkham's.
But dude, I can
No.
break someone's leg.
That is the one upside. The
Over
one-
and over again.
Batman doesn't kill. He just
No, but
seriously
Batman
concusses people.
Batman just punches people in the dick a lot. Whenever you do like the whole like ground takedown and he like backflips and puts his dick in
But
their
it always
face,
when he
but then
backflips onto
punches them
and
in
then
the dick.
sits on their face and
Yeah.
then punches them in the dick.
So Batman is actually just a
He's a
molester.
filthy dick puncher.
He is a dick puncher. Like one of the things that I like about the combat is just it's like how much ground Batman can cover. Like so, like whenever you're hopping between enemies, it just that's like it's like I'm sure it's unrealistic, but that's what makes it seem so fluid. Is like you know there could be a guy at the end, other side of the room, but somehow Batman can get across there. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think it feels it. Like I think they get around it by like it's not like he just like glides across to the next guy. He generally does do like a flip or something or a big jump. It never feels like he is like warping into a strange position.
Yeah. Oh no, like I don't like it. That's what I mean. Like I don't think it's. I'm not complaining about it. It's like I said, it's just maybe a wee bit unrealistic. But like I think that's what makes it seem so fluid. Is like you just point the stick that direction, hit the attack button, and he just gets over there, and it's done in such a way that it makes sense. Like whenever you think of like the Spider-Man game, like it made sense because it's Spider-Man. He does do a lot of
Zipping.
pouncing. Yeah. With Batman, you don't think about that, but it just, that's just an awesome system.
In other games, do combos matter? Because it doesn't in Sleepy Dogs, right? You're just building that meter thing.
Yeah,
but
you
it
get,
doesn't.
like, you're building up like the face meter. I know Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War had like the same sort of like execute type thing, where like if you got to a certain chain, you could trigger an instant kill on an enemy.
Yeah, and Spider-Man did as well. Plus, you can unlock perks that the higher your combo meter went, the more basic damage you would do as well.
No, I feel like if anything, Sleepy Dogs is kind of the outlier in that, where it doesn't really focus on like how high you can get the combo. Like that seems like something that most of the games do take.
Because when we were playing Sleepy Dogs, I do remember vividly being like, "Is it not like an
execute?"
like an execute move or something?
Yeah, you fucking break their leg, right? Like, what else do you want?
You throw them head first into a fan.
You threw them into an electrical box and shock them to death.
But like, I don't know. When I was playing it, I like remembered there being like an execute move.
But
like,
but I wonder if that is just
high,
a case of you remember it from the Arkham, like usual Arkham formula.
Yeah, probably.
So I don't want to spend too much time on the combat. I feel like obviously we've discussed it ad nauseum probably in the Sleepy Dogs episode, and it's not much different here. It is just, I'd say, overall better. So there is a lot of other aspects to the Arkham games that I feel like Origins does either the same or potentially worse than the other ones. Namely, for me, I think the traversal in this game is very shit.
You missing that Batmobile from Arkham Knight, Nick?
Okay, something about the design of the city feels off in this game compared to even Arkham City. And
it's
Arkham
really
Knight.
stupidly laid out.
It's very flat, I think, and it feels like you can't get enough height to properly like glide and get a good chain of gliding going.
Alright, then you're just bad at the game, like.
I don't know.
Because I had no issues with that.
Okay, I did have issues with that. And I thought I was being
I
crazy.
got from the start of the bridge to near
like
the end of the
bridge
bridge.
is easy. That's fine. I can do that. No problem.
Yeah.
It's when you're actually in and amongst the buildings in the city. If all the buildings feel too like similar a height, so you can't like Arkham Knight is really good at like the buildings are varied heights and there's always a bit for you to like do your grapnel boost off. But it feels like you never have a decent run of the grapnel boost in Origins to like get a decent chain and like fly right across the city.
I don't know, like if I would say that was my main issue with the city, but I don't think the city has issues with the fact that like it's very hard. Like there's a lot of like canopies and stuff, like where you could find yourself like, oh, I can grapple on that, and for some reason it's like, nope, this is not a grapple point. You're like, how the fuck's it not a grapple point? It's a fucking ledge. I do think the city layout is not great. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's something that I don't know. It was very. I never really liked Arkham City's layout because it was like this weird horseshoe that felt like too often the game made you go from like one side of it to the other, and you had to go right the fuck away around, which kind of Arkham Origins got around by with the fast travel stuff. But something just even about like the general flow of the gliding just felt bad to me in this one compared to the other games. I don't know if it is partially to do with like how the city is designed.
I do think the city looks awesome though, like visually.
Oh yeah,
like
I mean it's a lot of grey, but then it's Batman, so
no, but it's like the grey, but it's like with the contrast of the big neon signs and stuff,
and the snow.
Oh, dude, it fucking looks great.
So then the third big pillar of I'd say the Arkham games is kind of the Predator sections, where you are Batman.
Where you are jumping and putting your taint into other people's faces.
That's not what I was
Sorry, is that the
expecting.
wrong sort of predator?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Your hands on a Saturday night being a predator in Belfast. Where you're Batman kind of like trying to stealthily take down groups of enemies in an enclosed environment. And these bits are really good. I don't think they are as massively different from Asylum or City. Like there's no massive new gadget that kind of changes up the whole thing. But these bits are still really enjoyable, and I actually think I kind of like these better than the combat sections, where they're like, it's more of almost a puzzle game.
You know what I realized on my second playthrough?
What?
You can, the grapple gun that shoots the line?
Yeah, you can hook people with the gargoyles. I also learned that playing this and did not know this, and I'm pretty sure it's in every other fucking Batman game.
Because that made my life a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah, I never knew that before playing this one, and then I can't even remember how I did it or like how I realized it. It was like, this makes this so much better.
Because it gets in New Game Plus, they introduce enemies
Like Suitor?
that you can't take down
Ah, okay.
because they're armored. So if you try and take them down, they throw you off. So
Well, those are they in the game just later, or are they in the base game just later on? Or
I don't remember them in the base game.
I think they may have only introduced them like in the last like handful of them.
Because the only way to take them down is from an air takedown. So,
but no, I love these Predator sections. I think they are really, really fun, and I've always loved them.
I was not as good as I remember at the Predator sections.
I do like, to be fair, I think obviously this is being a prequel. I think you have less options in this one compared to like Asylum and City. Like I don't feel like you have as many gadgets at your disposal, which makes sense because it is a prequel, but also feels weird when the third game in a series gives you less options.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I was just like, maybe I get like spoiled by Assassin's Creed and stuff, but like the enemies always saw me. Like no matter it was always a case of like it was always take someone down and I get spotted and I have to run away. Whereas I don't know, I remember being full ninja.
It's a lot of waiting.
There is a lot of it. It's definitely not a dynamic stealth like Hitman. It is old school stealth.
But I really liked it. What did you think?
I think it's far better than the combat.
You think?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say far better.
I would say far better. I got kind of bored of the combat after a while, and I fear that
not enough violence for him. He's a sleepy dog sort of guy.
Not enough throwing people into fucking fans.
Not enough blood.
Yeah, no, I find like the combat really dull for some reason, and maybe because it feels like we've played so many games like this over the years. But also, this is not to do with this is not like because of this, but whenever I loaded up the game for the first time, I was like, let's see what happens if you put this on hard, right? And just at the very beginning of the game, right, I'm pretty sure if you play it on hard, you are spending the entire combat countering.
Yeah.
Because they are
like a ninja.
They are on you all the time. All the time. And you do no damage, obviously. And that was just such a slog. I actually don't think turning up the difficulty is fun in this game. But yeah, then I just turned it back down because I needed to just finish the game. But you were saying that there's less options. What do we have in the other games?
I know, obviously in City, I remember you get stuff like the freeze grenades and things like that, where you can freeze people to things. And I don't.
Well, you get the glue grenade.
Yeah, but I don't think it does. It doesn't really fill the same purpose. I don't feel like. I feel like I didn't have as many options with the glue grenade. I know Knight has a lot of kind of cool things. It's just they're blanking at the minute.
I haven't played Knight yet.
Knight is very good.
The glue grenade is essentially the same as the freeze grenade when you throw it at someone. I don't really think there's that much of a difference between Origins and
Maybe I'm thinking of stuff you get in Knight then, but I don't know. I remember definitely feeling like I had way more ways to take down people in other games. It could just be Knight I'm thinking of. Because
you can glue grenade and walk up to them and it doesn't count as being seen. Because let me tell you, New Game Plus, you have to do that a lot.
Speaking of this glue grenade, right? Do you know how you for traversal you use it to block pipes?
Yep.
Yeah.
Surely that pressure builds up somewhere else and something's going to explode.
Yeah. They do visualize that a lot. When you block pipes, there will be a main pipe that bursts a valve open.
Look, man, if it explodes somewhere else, technically Batman didn't kill them.
Yeah, it's not your problem.
Okay, alright.
It's if I accidentally punch someone off a building, gravity killed them, not Batman. Which happened at least twice.
Wait. Well, you just said if I punch him, and then they fall.
Sorry, if Batman punches someone off a building. Because that happened at least twice in because it happens in Spider-Man, in the PS4 Spider-Man game, and like they get around it because it actually like fires out a web and like attaches them to the building so they don't fall to their death. But in this, they straight up just fucking fly off that building.
See, I had it. Like, every time someone nearly fell off, like an invisible wall shot up.
There's at least once it happened to me. Is like that guy just like went over the edge of a building. I was like, that guy's dead as fuck. And Batman killed him, but no, gravity killed him. So Batman's hands are clean. He can sleep easy at night. The final bit of the gameplay I kind of want to bring up is kind of an overall thing where I feel like the pacing of this game feels very off to me. I feel like kind of like a lot of sections go like one or two more encounters than you would like really want them to. And overall, like I feel like a lot of the boss fights are very poor, bar the Deathstroke one.
So dope.
Yeah, the Deathstroke one real fucking good. But like I think the Bane boss fight is very mediocre. I think the very last fight against him is actually decent. It's a different thing.
Are you saying you didn't like the Electrocutioner boss fight the first time?
Nah, that's pretty funny. That's a good gag, and it happens multiple times, which is really funny. He gets like completely owned twice in that game.
Didn't they do something similar with Harley Quinn and City?
I think it's in City, yeah. Like you bust into the room, you're like, alright, boss fight Harley Quinn, and you just knock her out in one punch.
Yeah.
Because Batman's a woman beater.
Is a predator because he beats women as well.
Women.
Punches people in the dick, puts his taint in their faces, and beats women.
But like I think the Firefly boss fight's kind of purr, the Bane boss fight's very purr. Both times you have to fight him. What other boss fights are there? Is that really it?
Wait, sorry, who's Firefly? Who's Firefly?
The flamethrower guy. You probably didn't. You wouldn't have got him.
Side quest.
No, he's part of the main story.
No,
Is
he's main story.
Yeah, he's on the bridge, and then so essentially what happens is with the bit you get to, you're on your way back to the Batcave after it's found out that Bane knows Batman's identity.
What?
And then he's like, oh no, Firefly's causing havoc on the bridge, he's got bombs planted. And then in the time period that you are fighting Firefly, Bane murders Alfred.
What?
Yep. But you bring him back to life by performing CPR with the electrocutioner's gloves.
That.
Then restarting his heart. I can't remember where it is, but did you see the Joker section? Where like you play as the Joker for like 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is the best bit of this game.
It is really good.
It is so fucking well done. And it's incredible.
It's a shame that there's not more of it.
Yeah.
Since it's more of a Joker origin story than a Batman.
Well, it's an origin story of like their relationship, pretty much.
I actually thought the game was going to end at that point. Because there was such like this big build. I was like, oh man, this is great. And then it's like, go find Bane. It's like, oh okay.
Yeah. That bit's really good.
Was,
and I feel like they get into more of that with Night. Where like,
they do.
After City, Joker is dead, and like in Night, I'll not spoil it, but Joker is still present in Night, and I feel like it kind of leans on what happens in like Origins with the way it's presented. That's really cool, and I think it's easily the best part of this game. It's the most like unique part of this game compared to like, obviously this was a different developer doing this game compared to the other three, and I felt like this was the bit that they put their spin on, and it fucking pays off in spades. Just a shame the rest of the game isn't like it.
I really wish there was more of the detective stuff.
Yeah, that bit feels very like underwhelming.
It's a really cool idea though.
But
like,
it feels
if
so
they flesh that out a bit
half-baked.
more.
Like all you do is
saying,
like, there's only ever one thing to do is the problem.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
I like the general idea of you're recreating the crime scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like that idea, and it's like a holographic thing. But yes, I wish they had done more with it. Like, it's instead of just a hide and seek puzzle. Like, if they had actually done like actual kind of problem solving in it, and like, oh, this actually went here, and this is what happened here. I thought that could have been really cool because they don't really. Other than Detective Vision, they never really dive that deep into
Him being a
the fact that
detective.
Batman is a detective.
He has like a storyboard in the Batcave. He's got newspaper clippings. That's how you become an.
He
actual
also
detective.
goes around solving like murders and stuff.
But like that's is like
But he solves the murders by beating people up.
Hell yeah!
Is that not how you solve problems, Hans? Do you not just punch the fuck out of them?
Just you imagine Sherlock Holmes just walking in and beating the shit out of
That's
Moriarty.
exactly what he does in the movie.
That's the movie, though. That's not Sherlock. That's just Robert Downey Jr. pretending to be Sherlock.
But no, you're right. I agree. The detective bits that are in this game is like they're like a decent chance to like show off that detective side of things, but they are so half baked and lack any like user agency.
Yeah,
that like
it is just fine.
There's like almost
node,
no point in them being there.
Yeah,
Detective Vision is the worst part of Batman games. Gonna say it.
Really? Well, wait, why?
It is the worst part. So I did not mind it in the first game. Whenever like it was just like the first game, but then it kind of dawned on me the whole like thing about there is no reason to not have it on because all it does is like positive stuff, right? Like,
yeah,
because you can see like secrets and things and whatever, but it means that you don't actually see like the environment.
Yeah, that was an argument at the time when this was all released.
I do remember people talking about like, there's literally no reason to ever. Night does something. I can't remember if it's just like put a harsher filter on it, so like it's very hard to actually do stuff with it on.
Yeah.
Actually, does Night stop the counter icons appearing or something like that? Maybe I'm crazy.
I remember.
Night does something that like makes you not want to have it on at all times, and I can't remember if it is just like make it look shitter or something like that.
Is it not like you can only see the enemies? It doesn't actually show the environment.
Maybe, yeah.
I do remember, like, other games have done Detective Vision better, where, like, it'll just kind of outline enemies. Like, it doesn't Far Cry do that? Once you tag someone,
Yeah.
it just has an outline of them. Like, that doesn't change the gradient of the screen or anything. It just highlights them in red. Like, other games have done this, but have refined the Detective Vision, so that it's not so intrusive.
Do you know what really recent game does it really poorly?
What?
My game of the year. in
Pokemon? No, Astral Chain.
In Astral Chain.
No.
Yeah.
I was like, Pokemon doesn't have a detective vision. What the fuck did I miss?
It does it so poorly because its only purpose is to pick up currency, but you need that currency to buff up your legions. So like it is optional, but it's not. It's one of those kind of ones.
Is that technically also detective vision because you are a police person?
Yes, actually, yeah.
Yes, see, man, you're Batman.
Plus, police vision doesn't sound as good.
Officer vision.
I can't remember what it's called, actually.
Yes, I know you're back. Do you want to discuss your bug problem?
Oh, man, besides my internet, right? Like, yeah, so at the very start of the game, more or less, you have to go find the Penguin.
Yep.
And you find out he's on a boat.
Yep.
Right? And just before that, you have to, like, triangulate where he is. So you have to, like, go to, like, these 2 points and, like, hack some laptops or something.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So what I did
Detective
was...
stuff.
Yeah. I went to these laptops or whatever, hit that, find out, oh, he's on a boat. Went to the boat, and then you have to, like, clear out the enemies outside before you go in.
Mm-hmm.
I died, I think, in that encounter. And so the game checkpointed. But it checkpointed me onto the boat with no enemies. And whenever I tried to interact with the door, it was like, clear the area. But there was no enemies. And then I think I thought like, oh, this is a bit weird. So let me jump off the boat. I jumped off the boat. And then it replayed the cutscene where you find out about like the 2 laptops.
Nice.
And throws my character to like whatever the previous building was to exit to see that cutscene, and then I'm back over there again, and I'm like, wait, what the fuck's just happened?
Batman can teleport.
Like, I go back in time. He's also a time traveler, man. Like,
Batman is a time lord.
Yeah, no, that was like really bad.
So yeah, I had a couple of issues with bugs as well. Like at the very start, I think I told you when I started playing, like I hit hard locks, I hit like sound completely cutting out and things like that. However, I did like go and verify my Steam install, and that resolved like near enough every single one of my problems. I had one hard crash after that, but it was after like 20 hours of playing.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. You've just reminded me there. Yeah, I had one.
I walked into your trap card.
Yeah. The bit when you find out about, Black Mask is dead,
Yep.
and you're like at the crime scene, and like his girlfriend's like hanging from a ceiling and stuff. Whenever you like going around like scanning, the very maybe, this probably wasn't the last item, but one of the items on the floor, you would hold A, and it wouldn't finish filling, and it kept looping the audio of it scanning, and it was so loud, and I just couldn't get out. And so I was like, okay, let me back up here and like re-checkpoint this, and it still did that, and I could not progress the story because that's a main thing you have to be able to do.
Yep.
But it turns out after I actually just like restarted the game, like essentially the next time I played the game, it was fine. But it was just like,
Yeah, I will say like it wasn't the most stable experience, even like when it wasn't like running, or even when it wasn't like getting fatal errors like it was before. There's still like some niggly issues around it that weren't amazing.
The only issue I had through both playthroughs was when you're in the hotel with the Joker, and at the end of it you have to jump out a window because the bomb blows up. I couldn't jump out that window. I had to do it.
Did you just get the mental image of like Batman like repeatedly
jumping out a
running
window.
into the window trying to break it like I did? It's just thump.
Yep, that's pretty much what happened. I had to do it 7 times before it let me jump out the window.
actually, to be fair, in that point, I think I also found it like really difficult to jump through the window. And because I remember like thinking how dumb my character looks right now, as like this bomb is about to blow up, and I'm like, because I thought, do you have to like double tap A? So like Batman's just like diving forward.
I didn't have any bugs.
That was the only bug I had.
No, like as I said, like once I kind of verified my Steam install, like there was no massive issues. Like there was niggly things that like you're not going to really notice in most games, of like just like weird, like audio playing probably when it shouldn't have played and things like that out of cutscenes.
Yeah.
But no, nothing massive. Nothing as game breaking as it seems like I had of fucking Batman becoming a time traveler.
Oh, that's the DLC, man.
Yep. So, story and characters, kind of briefly touched on it there, but this is obviously, being called Arkham Origins, is not necessarily Batman's origin story. It is still very early on in his career, but it's almost the origin story of his relationship with the Joker, which is obviously like the main part of most of the Arkham games. I think both are portrayed very well. Like, both have new voice actors compared to the other Arkham games. And I think Batman especially, like, I think they do a really good job of showing him go from, like, brash, young vigilante to the Batman we all know.
Is it not 2 years into Batman's career?
Oh yeah, but it's still, like, it's fairly early in the grand scheme. Like, I think after this, I think Asylum is, like 5+ years after this.
Oh, okay.
Like, I think there's a good break in between this and Asylum, especially when you consider all the stuff that happens in Night that they kind of bring up from, like, that is never actually mentioned in games. So, like, there is a good time period in between this and Asylum.
Like, he's been through at least 2 Robins.
Yeah, like, by the time Night rolls around, he's had at least 2... No, he's on his 3rd Robin. Yeah.
Is Tim Drake in that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because he got the shaved head, doesn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah.
Sure, Tim Drake's in City as well.
Yeah, he's got the shaved head and the hood.
Yeah. So, like, there's a decent time period. So, like, in the grand scheme of things, yes, it is still fairly early on in his career. But yeah, it's the first time he ever meets Joker and how their relationship develops. But outside of that, I think so many of these characters are woefully underdeveloped. Like, they make such a big deal out of, like, oh, you've hired 8 assassins to kill the Batman. And, like, only 2 of them are in the game for longer than, like, 15 minutes. It's kind of ridiculous.
Deathstroke is the biggest disappointment to me.
Yeah, like, Deathstroke's, like, I'd say 4 or 5 of them are relegated to exclusively being, like, side missions.
Yeah.
And bar Bane, I don't think any of them are in the game, like, longer than their boss fight. Like, Copperhead, you only fight her for a boss fight. Deathstroke is only the boss fight. Executioner is a fucking joke. And then the rest of them are all oh, it's just the side quests that you don't actually have to engage with at all.
You're forgetting Firefly.
But he's in it, but also, like, it's his boss fight. Like, you don't do anything outside of that one boss fight. You never encounter him, you never really deal with him. Bane is at least, like, he's in multiple actual, like, scenes, like, cutscenes.
Multiple boss fights?
Yeah. You also have 3 boss fights against Bane.
How do they do it in the Spider-Man game? Because isn't the big... I haven't played the Spider-Man game, but all I remember from, like, the adverts was, like, the big thing was, like, the 6 are there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how do they do that in that game?
I think they do that very well. Whereas, like, in Spider-Man, you face them all, like, throughout the story. They are present throughout the story. And then at the end, they are, like, coming together. And it feels like a big deal because you've been kind of dealing with them isolated. And then they come together. Like, it never feels like it gets that far in this, where it feels like, oh, I've dealt with them now, but oh shit, now they're actually teaming up and Batman's in trouble. You just deal with them. Like, there's no threat, essentially.
And, like, the thing as well, which is a bit different from this one, is, like, in Spider-Man, you would encounter them in different ways. So, like, there's actually a bit in Spider-Man when you're playing as Miles Morales, and you actually have to sneak around the Rhino and stuff while he's, like, raging and, like, throwing shit at you because he's annoyed because he can't find you, which is a complete contrast to when you're actually Spider-Man facing him, and then you're actually, like, fighting him properly. Like, so I suppose the thing is as well, like, that they're not sacrificing the pacing. Like, in that bit where you're sneaking around as Miles Morales, it's a good building time because he's, like, sitting there, like, Rhino's losing his shit and talking about stuff. Meanwhile, you're doing a big stealth section.
Yeah, it just feels like for all the build-up of, like, oh, you have these 8 assassins to deal with, like, so many of them are just footnotes.
Like, Copperhead, like, is supposed to be a dude or something.
I can't remember.
Because, like, at one point, like, during the whole intro of the 8 assassins, it's like, it's a picture of a girl, and Batman goes, the database, it says it's a man. Like, is she transgender, or has this guy actually, like, went through post-op
I don't know.
to actually hide, like, his identity as an assassin? Like, there's a lot of cool backstory you could figure out about that.
I don't know enough about the deeper cuts of Batman villains to answer that question.
Yeah,
and it's
but,
like,
do you know what I mean? Though, like, that's like a cool mystery that you could explore, but they don't.
But it's weird because, like, it's in the other games, I feel like it's okay because, like, they are not set up as such a big part of the story. You encounter them naturally as you're, like, going around the cities, and that's how it spins off the side quests. It just feels like because they set up these 8 assassins as such a big deal that when you run the risk of not even encountering, like, half of them, that it just feels like a weird choice.
It is a dope premise, though.
Oh, yeah.
Like, 8 assassins hired by the Joker to kill Batman. Like, that's... I would watch a movie. Like, if that was the storyline to a Batman movie, I'd watch the shit out of that.
See, but that's the thing, though, right? Is that in Spider-Man 3, that's the really bad one, right?
Yeah.
Emo Spider-Man.
Like, one of the issues of that film is that it had, like, 3 villains, right? It was like, what was it, like Sandman, Venom, and
Green Goblin.
Green Goblin, and so none of them get developed.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's the problem with this game.
But that's also, like, a 2-hour film compared to, like, say, for example, the Spider-Man game, which is, like, a 20-hour game. And it never doesn't feel like any of the Sinister Six that are in it. Like, they don't feel underdeveloped.
Oh, sorry, my comment was more for, like, if Hans wants to watch, like, a Batman movie like that, I would be like, do you, though? Do you?
Sorry.
Well, okay, I'll meet you halfway.
That's got a lot of people in it.
I'll meet you halfway and say a Netflix series.
All right.
I didn't mind Suicide Squad.
No, did I?
I didn't hate it.
It was a perfectly decent popcorn film.
I still think is it Robbie Margot or Margot Robbie is an overrated Harley Quinn.
Yeah, but she's not also like the first Harley Quinn in cinema. I don't think the Harley Quinn hasn't been in any of the movies before.
No, it's your butt.
No,
she
hasn't. As far as I'm aware. As far as I remember.
Yeah, I don't recall her in any other Batman.
You know it must be bad whenever you're overrated and you're the first one.
The only mercenary, and funnily enough, he's the one that gets the most screen time, Bane is like way more similar to how he is in the comics in this, where he's like actually a smart mercenary who kind of has a drug problem more than anything, rather than being like this mindless
brainless
brute.
monster.
And I think it's a really... But, like, fair enough, yes, they play into why he is the way he is in the other games. But I feel like it's a much more accurate portrayal of how he actually is in the comics.
I think it's really cool, though, that, like, they've kind of merged the two versions of Bane into one canon timeline, which is, like, yes, he was this smart, cerebral, mercenary, but the Venom has then over time turned him into this. Like, I think that's really cool. Yeah, that's really smart.
Because like I think in the most recent reboot universe of Batman, like that's the way he's portrayed, and like it's very similar to how he is in this, where he is like this leader of a mercenary band, but it's more like he has this addiction to Venom rather than he is fueled by it and just brainless.
Is that the new one where like Bane has the Scarecrow on his back or something?
I haven't got that far into it. It's very that's one of like the first big arcs in it is Bane coming in. I think it may have just recently ended with like Bane taking over Gotham or something like that, because like the last arc was called City of Bane.
Yeah.
So
Batman's dope.
Anything else around the story and characters before we go on to our final section?
Batman's just dope.
Batman's is very dope. I think Troy Baker did a very good job as Joker. Not as good as Mark Hamill, obviously, but I think he did a very good job.
He is like he is, but he's like nearly spot on in his impression.
Yeah,
like that is like a very good Mark Hamill Joker impression.
I think the story was maybe my favorite part. Like, I felt like I was actually interested in after the whole. Whenever I finally got past the Black Mask autopsy thing. That's whenever you first hear about, this guy called the Joker. And you're like, oh shit, I know that guy, right?
To be fair, I do remember like when this game came out, people were pissed off at that.
Yeah.
Because in the whole marketing for the game, it was never like the Joker was never talked to be in it. He was like not in the game. Like they were like, oh, this is like Batman's origin story. It's very early on in his career.
It was Bane was the
thing. It was a combination of Bane and actually and people assuming it was Black Mask. But then like then like I remember when like the review started, I was like, yeah, it turns out Joker's the main bad guy. I remember people being real pissed off.
Yeah, I remember that as well.
I think it's right.
Yeah, like I really like it. I think it didn't annoy me at all. And I think it was there's a very I actually realized something while playing this is like obviously there are scenes where it is Joker playing Black Mask, and I do appreciate that in those bits they have Troy Baker doing an impression of the guy who actually voices Black Mask. He's doing the Joker voice, pretending to be someone else's. It's really funny.
It's like some Inception level voice acting.
So he's voice acting someone playing someone else. So our final section is, how does this compare to the other Arkham games? Obviously, this was made by a different developer, not made by Rocksteady. And I'd always maintained this was like, and probably until the release of Arkham Knight, that this was my favourite Arkham game. Like, and after all the praise I'd seen City get, I really liked City, but I also thought that it had issues that this one solved. But after replaying this, I don't know how I ever thought that. Something about this game just feels very off to me, and it's really soured my enjoyment of it this time around.
I think I haven't played Knight, so this or the first game, I would say would be my favorite.
You should totally play Knight,
because I do all the side stuff.
Yeah,
and the side stuff in City, I felt was kind of weak. The side stuff in this was pretty good because you had the murders, you had like the side villains like Anarchy, threatening to blow up the city and all that jazz. I thought they were really cool, and obviously the first game, all the side quests are new. So
not really either. Is there even really many side quests? Bar the Riddler.
The Riddler.
The first one, I think so.
Yeah, I think it's just the Riddler. But that whole thing was cool, and the Riddler, or what's he in this? He's not the Riddler.
Enigma, just
Enigma.
That annoyed me.
Yeah,
like they're like, who could it be? Like it's the Riddler. It's the Riddler.
We're not idiots.
It's the same voice actor. It's his name. It's literally his name. It's
Enigma.
Like, fuck off. just fuck off. Don't insult me.
Which one of these had you played, City and Asylum?
Yes.
Before?
Yes.
Because I wasn't sure what I knew you played Asylum, but I was never sure if you had actually played City.
No.
So what did you think? Where did this stack up for you?
Again, this was so long ago, and I think like I was so much more easily impressed so long ago. But I agree that this time around I did not like the traversal, but maybe now because I'm older I can appreciate other things. So now this time I'm like, oh shit, the story, like I care about that shit. Maybe my old man reflexes. Maybe that's why like I don't like the combat anymore. But I'll be honest. I actually did not really enjoy it. Like it was fine, but I feel like it was just like I have played this before so many times now.
Yeah.
That I kind of just became numb to it. Like it's not bad, but it's like
sorry, Matt, we'll get to our opinions.
Okay.
Jump. But obviously, Hans, you have played all 4 of them now.
Yeah.
When you played Night, was it your like? Did it become your favorite? Like, because when I played Night, it like shot up. It's like, yeah, this is like the definitive Batman game. For me, anyway.
It did, but this is not the first time I've gone back and played a Batman game. So like, I don't know how long ago it was, but I actually tried to go back and play Asylum. So I did, and I'm not gonna lie. There seems to be a theme of the Batman games are never as good as I remember them being.
See, I would
like even with Asylum, I really I got to the point where snipers are introduced in Asylum, and I was like, "Fuck this! This is not fun. It's just frustrating, and I'm not enjoying it anymore."
I disagree. Like, I went back and played Asylum. I think it was about maybe a year and a half ago. I was planning to sit and play all of them in a row. Like, and I got like, I started City. It was like, you know what? I really actually just want to play Night again more than anything. But I finished Asylum, and like, Asylum is as fucking great as I remember it. But like, for me, Origins just isn't as good as I remember it being at the time. And like, honestly, for me, it falls like to like near the bottom. Like, I still think City is overrated in terms of all of them, and probably my least favorite. But like, I used to think Origins was better than Asylum, but I do not have that opinion anymore.
The one thing I did enjoy about Asylum, this is a bit off topic, was it feels like a horror game. That's the one thing I really enjoy about Asylum. It has that extra layer of you're trapped in there with them, not the other way around.
Yeah.
And the games, the Arkham series did maybe lose a little bit of that when it went open world, but no, just, I don't know. Every time I go back and try and play one of these, it's never as good as I remember, and I'm just like,
I think you should go back and play Night. I think Night like is still like phenomenal, and it also looks beautiful.
Oh yeah, I know that. Well, what? But then tank stealth missions, Nick.
Batmobile's fine. People are just whining.
No, but I think the idea of a tank stealth mission is dumb.
If I can be stealthy, blowing people up, I can be stealthy as a tank. If I can blow up a wall and quickly zip up to the sky, I'm just like, I don't fucking know what that was. Fucking crazy. That wall just fucking exploded. Who cares? Then, like, I could get behind the idea of a tank being stealthy.
Fucking dumb.
Any final thoughts before we wrap this up?
Just that Batman's dope.
Batman is very dope. Go read the comics. Support your local businesses. Buy it from a local comic shop. So all in all, I was very disappointed going back to Origins. I was actually really excited when Hans said this was going to be the game. I was like, yep, sweet. Go back to my second favorite Batman game. And like, it kind of did nothing but disappoint me. I still think in the pantheon of the Arkham games, they are high quality regardless of my personal feelings of them. But it definitely did not feel as great as I was hoping it would be. In fact, I was fairly disappointed by the whole experience. Hans?
Yeah, it's diminishing returns. I think like this game is, it's not bad. It's definitely not bad. But yeah, just I feel like going back and playing these games again doesn't give me the same fulfillment as the first time I've done it. So play it if you haven't played it before, but don't revisit it.
Alex?
Yeah, it's a Batman game. The stealth they do really well. I like the stealth in this more than the previous games, although that could be because New Game Plus. But yeah, Batman game. Play it. You might as well.
Oh, why?
Don't play it. No, it's fine. It's just I just want something new.
Then you should play Arkham Knight.
I would say just watch some cutscenes, right? You know, like watch anything to do with the Joker and stuff. Like that stuff's great. But after that, it's like go play Sleepy Dogs.
I will say, like, going back to like the character bit of it. I actually like that they portrayed Joker as like a psychopath in this. He's a bit too, like, compared to how he is in this, he's very cartoony in the other games. Like, he just straight up like shoots lots of people in this, and it's great.
Where he like viciously beats Black Mask because he doesn't play along with the joke.
Yeah, like he is a psychopath in this rather than a cartoon villain.
He like tortures his henchmen a lot.
Yeah. It's real fucked. It's great.
That's because he needs a good woman to get that out of him.
Yep.
That's when Harley Quinn comes in.
So before we wrap it up for today, IY, it is your turn to pick for February. Let's hope you picked a romantic game for us all to play. Because we're all so alone.
Oh shit! You see, like
I forgot about Valentine's Day.
Unlike Hans, you know, like every day is just another day. It's just same shit, different day. Like, so shit. Unfortunately, I have not picked.
It's technically romantic. It's intimate.
Like, unfortunately, I did not pick a game to do with romance. But the game I have picked, which I've been talking about for like a year, and it finally, not only did it go on sale, but it was free on the Epic
Sleepy Dogs.
On the Epic Game Store. I want us all to play Dark Siders 2. I almost said Dark Stalkers, but it's Dark
That's
Siders.
a different game. Darkstalkers is
What?
different.
This is such a surprise.
We all already knew this, Hans. You don't need to be surprised.
Shut up.
You don't need to.
Fuck you.
No one's watching anyway. You don't need to feign surprise.
Add a bit of fucking
Hey,
razzmatazz.
I wanted to save everyone like a $5, right?
A bit of Raz. I'm pretty sure I already own this game on like 2 different
I already own it.
platforms.
But gotta get a bit of the show.
But I don't have the War Mastered edition.
Matt, I started. It's definitive. It's the definitive edition for 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to play this game anymore.
Right. Side note here. I went back and started playing the first Darksiders, and let me tell you,
Zelda, right?
in like an era of generic ass video games coming out for the 360, that is the most generic ass looking generic
it's not
ass
great.
video game in the world.
It's not great.
It's
Second one's definitely better than the first one.
but like the first one is the most generic looking video game I've ever seen. So yes, join us at the end of February where we'll be playing Darksiders 2. But for now, it's goodbye from Hans.
Have a good one.
Goodbye from Alex.
Bye.
Goodbye from Wi-Fi.
Amy just shut the door there. I'm really hoping you guys heard that. that would have been perfect.
It's a goodbye from me. See you next time. I'm the Batman.
No, I'm the Batman.
Alright.
I'm the Batman.